I just received a letter from a fan of mine whom I will only refer to as T. And this is what T had to say to me. She says, "Dear Michael, I appreciate the work you are doing on your YouTube channel with regards to mandatory masks so much. People like you inspired me to start my own little channel. I live in the Kawartha Lakes. By the way, never refer to your channel or anything that you're doing as little. If you're doing it, refer to it as something big. I mean, it may not be big. You may only have 2 subscribers or even 1 or 0, but to you, it's big. And if you think big, it will become big if that is what you so want. That's just my little advice to you. I live in Kawartha Lakes, but work in the Durham region where I am. Um, it would be awesome to get together with you sometime and other like minded people. It would be my honor. I wanted to know if you could do a video about employees forced to wear masks all day or what you think they should do. I work at a clothing store and my work has tripled down on the mask tyranny. They make the employees wear them all day and all engage in this groupthink amongst the staff. They sell masks as a fashion accessory and have driven away their best customers. That is one of the ways to gaslight people, by the way. They're trying to now make masks into a fashion thing, like as if it's shoes or if it's the next best shirt or the next best style. That's what they're trying to do to try to get us to conform. Don't fall into that. I made a video about that a few weeks ago. Um, it's just a somber, negative environment now, and I feel very stuck because morally, I don't think I'm going to be able to work there much longer and go along with this nonsense. It's becoming so hostile, and they are against anybody who questions this narrative. I'm sure I'd be fired for my beliefs, honestly. That's why I recently took a course and started my own YouTube channel and website. If you could provide me, T, if you're watching this, I'm sure you know who you are. You're the one who wrote the letter. But if you could provide me with that website and that channel, I would be honored to promote it, have a look at it. And if I like what I see, which I'm probably going to, then I will absolutely promote that for you. My son lives in Oshawa, and so we are in your area. Would love to get together with some like-minded people. Oh, actually, what do you know? She actually had the link to her channels down here. I didn't even see that. Would love to get together with like-minded people. Thanks so much again for your incredible work, T. Well, T, I just want to say that I understand completely where you are coming from, 100%. And I would be, and this is why I have decided to make this particular video. And I know I've spoken about this before, and I'm probably just beating the drum again, but that is what I have to do. That is my duty, and I have to make it clear. And you know, believe it or not, T, we are winning the information argument. Believe it or not, we are winning, and we are winning pretty fast, too. More and more people are coming to our side because the people on the opposite side who think they have the power all wrapped up, they're just behaving in an unacceptable, irrational, and destructive manner. And I understand what you mean when you talk about the oppressive nature of your job and your work site. And let me just tell you, this is a personal thing that I'm telling all of you, that a few weeks ago, I walked out of my job of Amazon, which was a very good paying job, very high paying. I was actually promoted, but I walked out because of that same oppressive regime that you are talking about. The oppressive mask wearing, the complete disregard for any other point of view, the complete offense to anybody who even remotely speaks out or speaks up or has any concern. The employees turning on each other, the social distancing, just nastiness being screamed at. I mean, you've got employees who've been there for years being screamed at by managers who are young enough to be their grandchildren to stay 6 feet apart and watch your distance. I mean, the factory was literally like a gulag or a work camp. It was just an unacceptable environment for me, and it was a very pleasant environment before that, but overnight it just turned into a complete hellhole, and I walked out. I just walked out, as simple as that. And you might think that, oh, well, what are you thinking? But I found a much better job, a job that I'm much happier at, one where I feel like I could actually grow even quicker. I've actually really coming to this new job, which I won't disclose. It's a mistake to ever disclose where you work because there are a lot of evil people out there who want to try and ruin you, despite the fact that me and the managers, we are actually very close, and I don't think that they would ever do anything to me because some crazy person out there in the universe wants to report some little thing I may have said which may have offended them. But in any case, I just want to be safe because I also want to protect the company as well, and I just don't like people knowing my business. But I'm at a new place, and I'm actually much happier where I am. I'm actually in much better potential to grow, and the best part is they don't force you to wear masks. In fact, the management is actually on my side and on our side in regards to the mask. If you want to wear it, you can, but they know the bylaws that are out there that says if you have a health condition, you are not allowed to be forced, and that is what I say to you, T, and to all the workers out there. I've tried the persuading route. I have tried the protest route. We have tried the protest route. A wonderful organization has come up, Hugs Over Masks, which is a wonderful revolutionary organization, which I'm very much involved with in my own little way. But I think the only way we are going to get the attention of the deep state and the medical tyrants and their sheeple is through civil disobedience and through stealth and coercion. That's the only way we are going to do it. And my message to those who are in a position where people above them force you to wear something you don't want to wear or you can't wear for medical reasons, my message to you is just don't do it. If you have to quit your job, quit your job. If you have to walk out, walk out. If you have to do whatever you can, if you have to lie and say you have a medical condition, because the bylaws, at least all over Ontario and probably all over Canada, all of these mask bylaws clearly state that if you have a medical condition, nobody can force you to wear the mask. It's just clear. I mean, that's like saying if I'm allergic to pepper, you can't force me to eat that. It's against it. So there is that one thing. If you have to lie and say that you have a medical condition, you lie and you say it. And that's my message to T and everybody who works. So you wanted me to ask to explain how you can get out of this maddening situation. Well, here's how you do it. First of all, try not to get fired. Try not to leave on bad terms per se, because you never know when you're going to need these people again. Like me, I never left on bad terms. I didn't allow them to fire me. I left. I resigned, peacefully resigned. I said I may come back to. I said all of that. So that's one thing I would say to you. Number two, when you go into work, the first thing you need to do is speak to your supervisor, to speak to your manager, to speak to whoever is in charge, and you tell them, look, for the past few days you have forced me to wear a mask. I have been feeling dizzy. I have been feeling lightheaded. I have been not well. I feel faint. I can't be walking up and down wearing this thing 8 hours a day inside this confined space. I feel nervous and I cannot and I will not wear this any longer. You tell them that. Wait for their response. The thing they will either say yes, okay, fine, don't do it, or what they're most likely going to say, because this is the world we're living in, where your personal health is really of no concern when it comes to the benefit of big pharma and the medical tyranny and the deep state. They're going to say, well, you have no choice. You're going to wear that. Our customers expect you to wear it and blah, 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 whatever, and you're going to wear that. I don't care how faint you feel. You could drop dead on the floor. You're going to wear it. That's not what they're going to say to you in that way, but that's essentially what they're saying. So then you say, so are you expecting me to wear this despite the fact that I feel it is harmful to my health? They're going to say yes. What you do after that is very important. You have two decisions to make. You can either walk out and just say your goodbyes, offer to come back when everything is fixed and sorted out, look for something else like I did. I mean, that's the direction I would take. If you don't like where you are, you don't like the atmosphere, I mean, employees going off against employees, it's the same thing. If you don't fight for something that ultimately you're not happy with, because it's not going to work out, and then the damage would be done. All the employees are mad at you and the atmosphere has been tainted. And so that's one option. You just say goodbye and just leave peacefully. The second option you can do, and this is if you really like the place, if you really like where you are, if you really, maybe you need the job, you desperately need it, and you can't live and you just have no other option, and you're going to fight come hell or high water, this is the second thing that you can do. You can take the mask off in front of them, and you can just disregard what they have to say and put your health first and continue doing your work, and dare them to fire you. You dare them to fire you. And if they fire you, which they most certainly will, then what you have is ammunition. Because what you have in your back pocket is the fact that you have been fired from a company that didn't care about your health, your personal health, despite the fact that the bylaw states that people with health problems should not be forced into wearing a mask. And it's not like you're going into a store where they can refuse you business. This is where you work. This is your livelihood, right? Are you following me? So if they fire you, then you have that ammunition. And what you do is you can come to me, you can go to the government, the city, you can tell them, look, my job fired me for having a medical condition which prevented me from wearing a mask, and I took it off because I just cannot wear it. I'm not like other people. We're being gaslit to the point where many people are saying, well, doctors wear it, nurses wear it, blah, 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 blah. Well, not every one person is the same. I thought that was just elementary. I thought that, just because doctors wear this thing while they're performing surgery doesn't mean that other people are able to. Just because one person can eat strawberries doesn't mean that I can. So, that gaslighting technique can be easily destroyed. This is just so ridiculous. And now they're going to come out, with a vaccine, right? And they're going to say, nobody can be hurt from it. It is safe for everybody. Nothing is wrong, blah. That's what they say with vaccines. They say it's completely safe. And this is medicine we're talking about. This is medicine. This is chemicals that they're putting in your body. And they're saying it's safe for everybody. There's no problem. It baffles my mind. And this is coming directly from people like Bill Gates, who aren't even doctors. And we are literally just gaslighting our people into saying that these medical procedures benefit everybody. And you dare not question it. I mean, have we lost our collective minds? So, before I get too off topic here, let me just say, that's the ammunition that you have. Let them, if you really want the job, if you really want that job. I mean, the way you describe this job about how it's oppressive and the employees who are pro-mask, how they turn against you and they talk bad about you and they're hostile towards you and the environment is so hostile and oppressive and gulagish. I mean, I wouldn't fight for a job like I wouldn't. There's always better out there. Just like if a female, you were the girl who is somebody who you don't really like, and you feel that you might not be able to do better, but you really don't like her. You don't. She doesn't turn you on like she used to, and it's not worth fighting for something that you're really not interested in. It's just not worth it. You're going to be unhappy. That's what I would do. But if you really want this, or if you really like it, if you really want it, that is the direction you can take. You dare them to fight. You just take the mask off. You inform them about the bylaw. You inform them that the bylaw states that if you have a medical condition, no one can force you into wearing a mask. Maybe you can even offer to wear a face shield, but even that, I mean, they can't force you to wear these things. And I mean, if they just are persistent and they're just stubborn, then you take it off and you ignore them and dare them to fire you. And then you go and then you have the ammunition of the simple fact that I have been fired for not being physically able to wear a mask at work. And because of my health condition, which prevents me from wearing a mask at work, I have lost my livelihood. You know how bad that's going to sound? And I mean, you can come to me, you can go to people like InfoWars, the Rebel Media, even the Toronto Sun. I believe the Toronto Sun is probably the only Toronto-based newspaper which has any integrity when it comes to this war that we are facing right now. They have been telling stories about little old ladies who have been kicked out of hospitals for not being able to wear masks. The same little old lady in Ottawa who was refused service at a hospital for an emergency procedure for not being able to wear masks. They would be glad to take your story. When they hear that a woman in Kawartha or in the Durham region was fired because she has a medical condition which prevents her from wearing masks for long periods of time. And as a result, she's fired. She can't pay her mortgage. She can't pay her rent. She can't buy food. She can't do anything. She's just been fired. They will take up that story. I will take up that story. We will fight for you. We will fight. We will fight. We will draw blood for you. We will fight like the revolutionaries that we are. And we have to fight dirty. We have to. We just have to. We have to fight dirty. I don't want to see people who don't want to be wearing the mask. I mean, you have rights. You have rights. I've explained them. I've explained the procedures. Just don't do it. Don't do it in the subway. Don't do it in the store. If they kick you out, if you go to a store, Walmart, you go to any of these places, and I don't have sympathy for these places. These places, as far as I'm concerned, are private corporations. They're monopolies. They destroy all the small businesses around them. So you go to Walmart and they tell you wear a mask and you say I have a medical condition and they say, well, then you can't come in here. You put them on recording, video recording, and you say, hey, so are you saying that because of my medical condition, I'm not allowed to come here into Walmart? And you have them on recording saying yes, or saying yes in a way that will make them look better, because that's what they will do. So these are the techniques that we have to do. It's all about civil disobedience at this point. If you're in a place that says you need to wear a mask, don't wear it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If somebody comes to you on the street and tries to harass you, or somebody's in your face, you have to be prepared to fight. And I'm talking physically, yes. I'm talking physical. I'm talking you. We have to do it. The protesting, the peaceful protesting won't work anymore. It doesn't work. Me explaining video after video, it doesn't work. You have to take this matter into your own hands, patriots, revolutionaries, populists. You have to take this matter into your own hands, and it's all about civil disobedience, like Rosa Parks, like Martin Luther King, like Malcolm X, like Marcus Garvey, Jesse Jackson Jr. before he became a radical far left-wing communist. All these people, Nelson Mandela, all these people who managed to bring about change through civil disobedience. This is what we're going to have to do. And the New York State Governor Cuomo, or Andrew Cuomo, whatever his name is, Cuomo, he said it clearly. There are not enough jails for everyone. So they can put me in jail. They could probably put T in jail. But they can't put all of us in jail. It's all about civil disobedience. It's all about it. We have the power. We have the ability. School children, the government's going to try and say, oh, they all have to wear masks. No, you don't. You have a medical condition. Whether you have it or not, it doesn't matter. You have it, and they have no right to ask you what the medical condition is or ask you to prove it. And if they continue to push back against you, well, you know what to do. I've told you. You have them on recording, or you have a way, or you report them. You say, look, my school is kicking me out because I can't wear a mask because of my medical condition, and whatever the case may be. Or if you're going into a private business, you have them on recording saying, so is Walmart or is wherever preventing me from shopping because of my medical condition. Is that the discrimination? Is that the new discrimination? Is that the new Jim Crow? Is that the new apartheid? Is that the new slavery? Is it? You did that. There you go. And the more we do that, the more the people will come to our side. I mean, look, they've already cooked the numbers on the coronavirus. I've given you examples of people in my own family who haven't died directly because of coronavirus, but because of the hospital which mistreated them and allowed them to die. I mean, I've told you that they're cooking the numbers. They've now even admitted they've cooked the numbers. The Ontario government has cooked the numbers. So all these things are taking place right under our noses. We have the information. We have the ability. There's no excuse for anybody to be afraid or to be gaslit into submission. There's no reason. They also try to say that we're being selfish if we don't wear the mask. Well, the fact of the matter is, selfishness is, I view selfishness as people who want to bring about countless numbers of things that I must do or I must adapt to in order for them to feel better. And as far as I'm concerned, these people who have been sucked into believing that a mask, which is literally similar to building a fence around your yard to keep out houseflies, will prevent coronavirus. These people demand that we wear masks 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When we work, we must wear it for 8 hours a day. They're demanding our children be sitting in a desk wearing a mask, trying to read and write and add and subtract for 8 hours in the day. They're demanding that we must take a vaccine when the vaccine comes. They've been demanding all sorts of stuff just so they can feel better. Instead of, if I'm so afraid of coronavirus, maybe I should stay home. Maybe I should take time off of work. Maybe I should just stay away. So who's the selfish one? Who is the selfish one? Not me. I just want to live my life in freedom. I ain't afraid of this virus which kills less than 1% of the people who have gotten it. I'm not afraid of a virus which, when Sweden and Japan didn't have any lockdowns, their populations not only didn't die out like the experts said it would, but Sweden's numbers at least have actually been going down. I'm not afraid. So as a result, I want to live my life. You people are the selfish ones because you've got people who are demanding that we do all this stuff and they're so afraid of coronavirus, but yet I see them going up and down all over the place. Harassing people on the street, little old ladies on the street, people in the street, doing all sorts of stuff, when if they're so afraid, they should just keep themselves quarantined. No one is telling them they should be outside in public. I saw at my new job here, and I'm not going to say where it is, but there were these two girls from Quebec, which apparently the numbers have skyrocketed in Montreal. And they said they were from Montreal as well. They're from Montreal. And they were talking to some other ladies. And they were talking about how America is such a disgusting. I mean, I'm a dual citizen, so, naturally, my ears perk up. I'm born Canadian. I have more loyalty to Canada than America. Canada is the country of my birth, so it's whatever. But America is so disgusting. Their coronavirus numbers are going up. We should keep the border closed. And all these people I see not wearing masks, and they're so stupid, and they should be lobotomized and blah blah blah. I mean, they were just trash talking everybody. And I'm just sitting there looking, just with a looking poker face, trying not to, whatever. I'm just sitting there, just listening to their stupidity, talking about how people who don't wear masks are idiots, and how this thing is so serious. Don't they know that this pandemic is serious, and we should all stick together? And these people are from Montreal, and I'm just thinking to myself, and I was at my new job, so I didn't want to offend anyone because I'm new and I'm fresh, and I don't want to come in just storming. But I almost turned to them, and I wanted to say, you guys are from Montreal. The numbers have spiked. You guys are talking about how dangerous this virus is and how we should all be doing X, Y, and Z. But yet you guys have traveled from Montreal all the way to where I am in Ontario. And you guys are saying that you're so afraid. And you're talking about how you don't want American germs. Well, what if I don't want Quebec germs? What if I don't want Montreal's germs, which the numbers have skyrocketed? What if I don't want your germs? Why are you here on vacation in my town, in my province, but yet you're trash talking everybody around you how we're not doing all this stuff and we're selfish? You all are the selfish ones. Not only are you breaking your own concerns, you all should be quarantining yourselves if you're so afraid of this virus. But not only that, because Montreal is such a hot spot, so if you had any integrity or belief in what you were saying, you'd quarantine yourselves voluntarily. But then not only that, when you refuse to do what you think should be done, you come to another province and another town and you criticize everybody for not wearing masks, and for people who want the American border open, and for people who don't socially distance and how they're so stupid, and we don't want your germs and stay away from me and all this stuff. So nobody can gaslight me into wearing a mask or doing anything, because those people are a bunch of damn hypocrites. Those same people who say that they want the border to be closed, if I were to tell them we should close off Roxham Road to illegal aliens, they would look at me like as if I was the devil himself. So they're all hypocrites. So gaslighting doesn't work on me, and it shouldn't work on you as well. So that is what I have to say. I appreciate you, T, for reaching out to me. I would be glad to meet you one day, and I hope that this video did a lot to help people to navigate their way around this new world order that we are facing and that we have to fight and defeat, and we will. This is the Arana Nation.